Today's episode covers robo-taxi sentiment, new truck strategies from a Tier 1 CEO, UK buyers chasing discounts, broad automaker EV production plans, and a major move by BYD in Canada that could reshape competition. Welcome back to Auto News Daily. I'm Leah Morgan. Let's dive into today's headlines. First up, a new look at how America feels about robo-taxis. A recent report examines public attitudes toward fully driverless ride services, and the picture is one of cautious curiosity. Many people are intrigued by the convenience and potential cost savings robo-taxis promise, but that interest sits alongside persistent concerns about safety, liability, and trust in the underlying technology. For the automotive and mobility industries, these mixed feelings mean deployment strategies will need to be as much about building public confidence as about engineering progress. Operators and OEMs that move forward will likely have to invest heavily in visible safety validations, clear communication about where and how services operate, and partnerships with local regulators to build acceptance. In short, the consumer readiness question is no longer hypothetical. It will shape routes, geographies, pricing, and the timeline for full-scale robo-taxi rollouts. Continuing with technology and the people behind it, a CEO interview released this week offers insight into evolving truck model lineups and supplier strategies. The conversation centers on how a major supplier is adapting its product portfolio to meet changing customer demands, especially as electrification and software integration become central to commercial vehicle strategies. The interview highlights how decisions about new truck models are informed by shifting customer requirements, regulatory pressure, and the need for modular platforms that can support both combustion and electric powertrains. For suppliers and OEMs, the lesson is clear. Flexibility in design and a close ear to fleet customers can spell the difference between a successful model launch and one that misses market needs. This also underscores the growing importance of software-defined features and after-sales services that can extend vehicle value beyond the showroom. Shifting to consumer behavior across the pond, new car buyers in the UK are showing a strong appetite for bargain discount deals. The trend reflects not only economic pressures, but also an increasingly competitive retail environment where automakers and dealers are using incentives to win sales. For the industry, this signals that pricing strategies will remain a critical lever, particularly in markets where supply is ample and buyers are shopping around for value. Manufacturers may need to balance short-term discounting to maintain volume with long-term brand and residual value preservation. Meanwhile, dealers who can pair transparent pricing with flexible financing and demonstrable ownership benefits may capture the most price-sensitive buyers without eroding their margins entirely. From pricing and demand to capacity and production, there are fresh reports on electric vehicle production plans from major automakers. These updates outline how manufacturers are sequencing factory investments, ramping battery capacity, and aligning supply chains to meet projected demand for electrified models across North America and Europe. The broader takeaway is that the EV transition remains a complex, multi-year effort that touches semiconductor supply, raw material sourcing, and the training of a workforce to build and service new architectures. For suppliers and logistics providers, the production plans present both opportunities and risks. Investments in gigafactories and localized component sourcing can reduce lead times, but misaligned ramp schedules or shifts in consumer demand could create bottlenecks or excess capacity. Strategic coordination across the value chain will therefore be essential to avoid costly mismatches as production volumes climb. Now, a quick note about how the industry narrative is evolving overall. From autonomous services to truck strategies, pricing tactics to production roadmaps, the common thread is adaptation. Companies that can listen to customers, work closely with regulators, and align production with realistic demand forecasts will be better positioned to manage the acceleration in change. And that brings us to our next item. Please like and subscribe. It helps us keep bringing the news to you. Finally, one of the most consequential developments this week involves BYD and the Canadian market. BYD has already been cleared to sell its electric vehicles in Canada, a move that gives the company a meaningful head start compared to many rivals still navigating approvals and distribution setup. That clearance means BYD can begin establishing retail channels, after-sales networks, and localized marketing efforts sooner than competitors who remain in permitting or homologation stages. For established automakers and dealers in North America, BYD's early entrance raises questions about pricing, product positioning, and the competitive response required to protect market share. It also puts pressure on supply chains and service networks to adapt, since a faster-than-expected rollout could accelerate consumer adoption in regions where BYD's value proposition resonates. In sum, this is more than a regulatory milestone. It's a strategic opening that could alter the competitive landscape in key EV segments. That wraps up today's round of stories. Thank you for spending your time with Auto News Daily. See you tomorrow with more updates from the automotive world.